Hello, good morning once again, and we shall continue with our Java AC class. And here we're going to consider the scanner class. We want to collect information from user and make use of it. Before we solve this problem, let us see example of how someone collects information from user and make use of the information collected. So this was our former program. I'm going to erase this program. The content of the main method, and we're going to start something here. All right. Uh, First of all, we want to collect information from user and make use of it within our program instead of us just embedding some kind of chunks of messages and print out. Actual program doesn't work like that. Information is to be loaded, to be supplied from user, and then you do a kind of processing and supply the result. So I want to collect information regarding let's say I want to collect name. Let me just collect name and print out the name. So uh, now you start by you have to introduce something here, a variable string, for example sc name. Okay, and then you can just terminate here without having anything here. So this now within here you introduce your scanner class, and then you used this. So for example, if I introduce the scanner class here, uh, all right, okay, this is the variable where we are going to store the name when collected. But for the scanner class, for example, let me just say name here. Then if I say sc name, that means scanner class, the name from scanner class. sc name is now going to be probably sc name scanner equals to new. That means I'm creating the object new scanner, new scanner, and then within here you introduce system.in, and then please hover your mouse around this error message. It tells you that you need to create scanner. Okay, I use global. Isn't it correct? Yes, it's correct. Alright, sorry. I'm supposed to have called this, and then the variable should be within here, and then it asks me to do an input. This is part of Java util class, and new scanner system.in. We have already done an input. Tukuru, are you really understanding what I'm doing? This is my variable. This is the scanner variable. Okay, this is the scanner variable. So now I'm going to collect. When I run the program, I'll instruct user to supply the name. But before you do that, I'm going to say system.out.println. Then I'll instruct user, please supply name. I will print ln. ln, not ln. If we type in sys out, system.out.println. Let me make everything within the main method. Alright. So system.out.println will print out this, and then later you see this cursor blinking that you should supply what? Name. And then when you supply the name, then I'm going to store the name here. Name equals to, I just initialize this name. Name equals to whatever you supplied as SC name. Then you collect it. SC name, if it is number, you specify, are you collecting integer, double, float, or whatever. If it is string, you now see the next line. This will collect the whole line you supplied. Of course, I have to supply, it has to be static, I know. It has to be static string, since I'm using within main method. So now, this is what I've done. All that you have entered is going to be residing within this name. Then I can print out sys out. Then I will print out what? Name as a variable here. If I say, you see, as a variable, we don't need a code. Yeah, but it will just print out the name. Let's try it. Print name like this. It will print out name. You don't know what is standing for. Let's run it. Can you see it says what? Supply name. So if I say Muhammad and I print, it will print out the name because I said it should print out name. Please let's introduce our full column here so we understand that we are collecting something and a space. But if I change this printout to something like this, maybe it should print out this. The supplied name is, and then it prints out the name. Then I need to join these two, right? The name, the variable. So this is what we call concatenation. This plus sign now is not adding 1 plus 1, 2 plus 2. It is rather doing concatenation. Concatenation means joining two strings, two independent strings. When you join them together, it means you concatenate in Java. So when you supply something, what's your name? If you supply John, you press enter, it says supply. The supplied name is what? John. Are you there? If they ask you to supply your name, and supply your name, what's your name? You say Kaduna. If your name is Kaduna, are we there? All right. So this is what we call scanner class. You see, we say system.out.println to print out something, and this is what we do for scanner class. First of all, you call the scanner class, you give it a variable. Whenever you see new here, you are creating an object of the class. This is now an object of the class, scanner class, and within the bracket you introduce system.in. Are we understanding? Now let's go back to the lesson document, where we have a question here that says write a Java program that prompts the user to enter a name gender, and greeting message. Name, gender, and greeting message. The program should detect the supplied data and display out as follows. If gender is male, then program should display what? Good morning, Mr. If gender is female, you supply good morning, Mrs. Is it not? If the input is not in line with the above information, then program should display input. What? Input not recognized. If it is not within. Can we do that? Let's give it a try, right? That the program should, whenever you are given a problem or a question, you first of all try to understand the inputs. These are your inputs: name, gender, and greeting message. All right. So if the name is uh, is male, you the program should display what? Okay, if the gender is male, it should display Mr. Mrs. These are the two things you need to understand. Uh, Already we have seen how we can collect name, please. Is it not?
Yes.
So let us now collect the remaining three, which is gender and what? Greeting message. All right. So let me go by static string gender. Okay. Next, static string what? Greeting message. Right. So you come down here. Since you collected for name here, you do same for all. All right. So here you can use one scanner to collect all that, but I don't want you to start doing that as you are just a beginner. First of all, you now say sys out. It gives you system.out.println, and you say, you write inside, please supply gender. All right, and you introduce scanner. SC gender equals to new. SC gender equals to new. What happened? Call Yusuf from there. I have to stop this video. We shouldn't have used that